Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. This is the penultimate pauri of Asagiwar, pauri 23, and it is a short one. The passage is short, 2 saloks and the pauri. The recitation. Salok Mahalla Duja, ਇਹ ਕਿਨਹੀ ਦਾਤ ਆਪਸ ਤੇ ਜੋ ਪਾਈ ਹੈ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾ ਕਰਮਾਤ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਤੁਠੇ ਜੋ ਮਿਲੈ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਦੂਜਾ ਇਹ ਕਿਨਹੀ ਚਾਕਰੀ ਜਿਤ ਪਾਉ ਖਸਮ ਨ ਜਾਏ ਨਾਨਕ ਸੇਵਕ ਕਾਂਡੀਐ ਜਿਸੇ ਤੀ ਖਸਮ ਸਮਾਏ ਪੌੜੀ ਨਾਨਕ ਅੰਤ ਨ ਜਾਪਨੀ ਹਰ ਤਾਕੇ ਪਾਰਾਵਾਰ आप कराए साख्ती फिर आप कराए मार एक ना गली जंजीरियां एक तुरी चढ़े बिसियार आप कराए करे आप हाँ कैस्यों करी पुकार नानक करना जिन किया फिर तिस ही करनी सार. So the word Kinehi is repeated quite often in this cluster of pauris, starting with the 20th, commonly translated as what kind of. So if it is Kinehi Daat, aapas te jo paiye, would be generally translated to mean what kind of gift or blessing is this, which has to be earned by one's own efforts. Nanak, the miracle, sakaramat, is when one receives the master's pleasure. Similarly, ek nahi chakri jitpa khasam na jaye, Nanak sevak kandiya jaise ti khasam samaya. What kind of servitude is this if it does not eliminate the fear of the master? O Nanak, one should be a servant who merges with the master's will, jaise ti khasam samay. So the word itself actually means, it comes from kin, kina, and he, which means, a kin means a callus or a sore, a maggoty sore, denoting ugliness, and he is indeed or certainly for sure. So it seems to me that what is being addressed here is infatuation with the ego. Ek Kinehi Daat, or ek Kinehi Aski. What kind of love is this? So it seems to me that this is a pointer to ego infatuation. And because the ego is alienated from the self, it can never really receive the grace. Neither can it serve the self. Chakri, it cannot do that either. Because devotion requires kandiya jaise ti khasam samay, it seeks unity. So what is being alluded to here is the game of love. And the creator consciousness is known as Prem Purakh in Bani. And grace is that daat. It's that act of love. It's like an attraction, like gravity, that is constantly reaching out towards its creation. And it becomes lodged in humans as desire, a feeling of lack or inadequacy, a longing. Desire at its root means away from one's star. So we are away from one's star in that sense. It's a disorientation. And it can become an addiction within our psyche if it is not properly guided, and that is what happens. So what we really have to do is to make desire, which is what we are made out of, is to make desire into a scaffolding that will reach out to create a consciousness with the aid of the Satgur, the guide on how to make that scaffolding. Instead, for us, desire becomes an addiction, constantly seeking it in fleeting, transitory things. Look, in other words, looking for it in the wrong place. And now in the Puri, Babaji speaks about omnipresence, omniscience of the Creator, which is unfathomable. Anta na japani, har taake paravar. What can be known is that it creates and then it destroys. Aap karaye sakati, fir aap karaye maar. And in this play, because the Guru has referred to this as a play, a chopper, some remain shackled in their egos, while others race to the skies. Ture chade bisyar, ikna gali janjiriyan. And this undertaking is aap kare karaye aap. So, there is the meaning here at two levels. One is the fact that all of this is being created. The system is self-organizing. The self is doing everything, and yet the self is in us. A reflection of it is in us. So it is also a responsibility for us to actually, as I said, build that scaffolding, to work with it, to work with this larger ARP. The other thing to note here that is interesting is the Guru says, "Ek nahi chakri chit pao khasam na jaye," meaning if your devotion still fills you with fear of the Creator, then that devotion is false, which is very interesting, which means that this self that we are talking about is not something to be feared, but something to be loved. So with that, the 23rd Pauri is concluded. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.